Hello, welcome to a comprehensive look at my list of mods that I use on the PlayStation 4 to make my game feel a bit closer to being, well, Fallout 76. Now, obviously I'm not going to get anywhere near close being on the PlayStation for starters. I'm not going to be able to install HD texture packs, etc. But there are a few things we can do to make the game look a bit more like something different, and then there are options to make it feel like something new. First of all, we'll start with the essentials. The first mod on my mod list is Settlers by Andrew CX. You'll hear that name a very lot in this list because he's done so much for PS4 modding. It's unbelievable. Simple Settlers changes the name of each character in your, or each settler that comes into every settlement you build. It gives a sort of added depth and makes them a bit more, makes the game a bit more personal, which is, I certainly like it. There is a mortal edition and an immortal edition. You probably want the mortal edition so that settlers can, you know, have their own stories, if you like, within the game. It's certainly something that I chose for. I thought the whole idea of a drama of the day the super mutants attacked and one of the settlers died would add a bit more depth to the game. Now the next one on the list is Simple Green, Simple Seasons Spring by Andrew CX, and that one is an essential one to get the grass and the greenery look that has been achieved. The Simple Green, the Simple Green mod is accompanied by Simple Green, Simple Yellow, Simple Red Nuka World plugin if you have Nuka World, and Simple Red is the one you'll want activated, as well as the Simple Green Spring, so that you have that autumn look as the game starts in autumn. But there is Simple White and Simple Yellow too. Simple White for obviously winter and Simple Yellow for summer look. It just adds so much greenery. It's a really well executed mod and it's very impressive, and it's another collection by Andrew CX. Now I will be getting to this. You'll probably notice these guns are not standard, but yeah, I'm going to be shooting things and I don't want it to interrupt too much, and all my looting, etc. Let's go this way, actually, dog meat. But the next one on the list is Soldiers of People 2, all DLC by THJT-9. That one gives all soldiers and anyone you'll come across sort of dog tags with names, which I thought would be let's deal with this ghoul quickly, a nice addition. Is sort of, it adds an extension to that settlers idea of making people feel more than just a great shot. Not. I'm trying to concentrate and do this. Yeah, it just gives a bit more personalisation to the game, and I think it's a much needed depth. I didn't even bother with bats. Sometimes I make myself chuckle at this game. Yeah, I really like that whole level of making the game a bit more than just, hey, you killed someone. It's nice to know that that person, you know, has dog tags, has a real name, makes the world feel a bit more alive. What am I? Is that an invisible wall? That's either a mod issue or that's a Bethesda issue. I'll have to check that in a normal non-modded game. Or was there something on the ceiling? Because sometimes you can't see things. And yeah, it was a sign. Look, I bet it was the sign I was trying to run in past. Yeah. Ridiculous. Bethesda, people can crouch. Please put that in your programming. I mean, that's one thing I hope they've sorted for 76. Personal opinion. Side note. Anyway, I digress, and I'm straying from the original reason I'm here, which is to talk to you about. Now, the next one is Tweaks Survival Autosave by Paul Gill. and obviously you have to have survival mode on. So you might be saying, well, that's cheating a bit and defeats the object of survival mode. But I enjoyed watching Groundhog Day. I don't want to replay it over and over and over. And when you die and you have not had the chance to save, and I'll show you how the save works because I'll do it here in a minute. We'll go and loot this office, and then we will do it. We will use the save. It's helpful because, you know, I tend not to do it in the middle of a dungeon, but perhaps before I go into what I think may be a particularly tricky battle or a challenge or such like, then I will save. Let me get this out of the way and we'll come back to talking about, obviously you're going to be playing in survival mode to give you that eating, that antibiotics and all those sort of things, that extra bit. But we'll come back in a minute and I will talk about the optional mods. Right, I said I'd show you how the save works. We go into here, select autosave, you come out, request an autosave, and it saves. Right, so now the next list is optional. These are optional mods that I use because I enjoy settlement building. I would think we'll hopefully have access to a lot more assets. There are definitely new assets anyway. I've seen the Vault Boy statue already in the menu. Yeah, I clocked that one from the trailers. So yeah, I am going to try and go through this list as quickly as I can. It is 30 different. So first of all, we have USO base game by Andrew CX. That's pretty. It unlocks settlement objects, unlocks lots of additional stuff in your creation menu, and it is pretty much an essential if you enjoy your build menus, etc. Let's quickly deal with these ghouls. And then we have, next on the list, we have no survival carry weight penalty by Olaf Strom. Now, yeah, you could call that a little bit of cheating, but I happen to think the penalty, the carry weight penalty is a bit extreme in the base game, although it's going to be even worse from what I understand in 76. So you could argue it might be best to get used to it now, but if you're trying to build settlements and you don't have, you know, a workbench to hand that you can just put objects in, wow, a staggering rolling pin, that's awesome. Yeah, you don't have objects to hand that you can just put your like a workbench or something, because the camp device, if it is like a workbench, you just pull it out. So wait, certain items, I don't know how it's going to work. Anyway, I'm speculating about something I know nothing about. I'll shut up. But yeah, so wait, so you can get all those objects you need to. See, I'm overweight already, but I have a dog.
Hey.
Yes, boring. Oh my god, I've just left him with all the objects on and not. What a schoolboy error, eh, dog meat? Well, we need to go back then, and we'll come back here later on today. So we need to go back to my home. Well, there you go. Best laid plans of mice and men. Give me a chance to talk more. Let's get out of here. We'll come back to this. Come back to this Protectron rattling around in here by himself later on. The next mod is Curie Gets a New Look by Zephorius. There are a number of mods that change the look of the base characters, but well, I just happen to like Curie, so I decided to get that mod. And moving on swiftly. The next one is Hemingway's Hunting Rifle PS4 by King Shelby. This is a newish mod. I've not seen, there's not much on the internet about this at all. And it's quite a nice little mod. I will show you the Hemingway Hunting Rifle. Looks like a standard rifle by all accounts. I've added the scope on since, but yeah, it fires 50 cals bullets. It's very powerful at the start, but there's not a lot of ammo for it, so that's the main issue. But it's very nice. This is a modded gun as well, and that's why I said a lot of these mods here are optional. But the Hemingway one's got a nice little backstory to it and everything. It's a really well thought out mod, so do take the time to read the mod page that the authors put up there. And I don't know whether there's anything in game. I'm hoping there might be something. Next one, toy soldier is not junk. That's the toy soldier that's given to you by McQueen, and it just simply makes it not junk. Now there is a perk fixed by Ellie that does lots of things like that. It makes dances, dog tags not junk, changes fair few things, and puts them into miscellaneous instead. But it also does it with cigarettes and cartons and things like that, cigarette cartons, and it's kind of that's kind of irritating and frustrating, because sometimes you, especially at low levels, you need items from those. I didn't install that, but I may install Ellie's fixes later on. They're from her personal playthrough, so yeah, possibility further on down the line. Next we have next tier receives 10mm deliverer by Omjack, and next tier receives Western Revolver by Omjack. Nuke World DLC required, of course. That just gives you extra options. I've always felt that the pistols were a bit underwhelming, and there are some pretty powerful. A Magnum is a really powerful hand pistol. just look up what a Magnum can do in real life, and they all seemed a bit underwhelming here. So yeah, these are welcome next level additions. But the current weapon I'm using is also by Omjack, and it is the Overboss 357 Magnum. Found this one. I'm not going to tell you where you find the weapons either, because you do find the heavyweight. They're fairly near the start. If you're nosy enough or helpful enough to certain people, you'll come across them. Yeah, this one is very nice, and you've seen it in action already. It speaks for itself. It also has some nice additional upgrades you can give to it. I'm going to go turn the radio off before things get into trouble. Yeah, this is my home. I'm building up slowly but surely. And my two favourite magazines, because I like the design of that one, and Have Dogs Will Travel. So I like that, obviously, as I have a German Shepherd in real life. Anyway, let's next one. Doors and Things by Odd Little Turtle. Now this just gives you extra objects in the settlement menu. I've not used it too much, but there are some nice things in there, and I'm looking forward to trying to put them into builds and trying to get them to work. So we're looking forward to that. Oh, that requires Nuka World, by the way. Graphics t-shirt pack, leg armor enabler, PS4 by Asterius. That obviously is so that I can have leg armor whilst wearing. In fact, you've not even seen the character. He looks a bit like Christian Bale when he's not like that. That's what he looks like from American Psycho, not without the glasses and the hat. But yeah, I've got graphics t-shirt on, but I've also got leg armor on over, because believe me, I wear jeans a lot in real life. Sure, you probably do. People quite often wear jeans. Do you reckon you could put a bit of armour over the top of them? Yeah, exactly. Seemed totally stupid that you couldn't, to be honest with you. Got to attend to his needs. So that remedies that slight little issue. Next one is Akira's Clutter, which will take a little bit of time for the menu to open. That's fine. Just be patient. You'll press it a couple of seconds and it'll open. I can actually show you in real time what it's like. Next we have Craftable Mole Rat Disease Cure by Olaf Strom. Also explains itself. If you've done the quest where you get the mole rat disease, you know it's one of the most frustrating points in the whole game, and you're like, what? What the heck is going on there? But Post Supports and Beams by OICTOOTP or Toot. I don't know how to pronounce. Is that Toot? I don't know. Anyway, that's Post Supports. It adds in extra posts and supports in your creation menu. A nice addition, a nice and welcome addition, and we like more craftable options. Creation Club skins, weapons, and Pip-Boy generic Community Patch by Andrew CX. Now, it explains that a lot of the stuff added in, and if like me you downloaded the free Creation Club, I mean I've limited it now to a lot less. Sorry, that patch is essential if you do want Creation Club skins and weapon skins for your playthrough, and yeah, we like that. It explains more in the patch notes. Andrew CX says some of the older mods that aren't supported anymore have older frameworks, and Creation Club has added new frameworks which has caused issues. I'm sure we all understand why we would need to do that. Anyway, I'm sort of rambling. Let's get on to the next one. Genetical Father, Genetics Overhaul by K.A. the Human, or Cat Human. I think it's K.A. the Human, to be honest with you. Yeah, that basically makes, when you meet Father, he will look more like your character, 75% more like your father and 25% like your mother, rather than just changing the eyes. Apparently it only changes the eyes a bit, and I think it kind of changes the skin tone, but I'm not entirely sure, and we like that, or I like that. I like the sound of that, and I think it's a worth thing to have in your playlist. Next we have Corpses Glow with Scrapper Perk by Brett Keane. This is essential. Play with long grass. I realised straight away, yep, I'm going to need this. Where are we? Oh, we can't get in. For some reason, he can't use the door. Yeah, so the next mod, what was I talking about? What was I talking about before I got interrupted? Corpses Glow. Yeah, so find them in long grass. Essential. Makeshift Furniture Pack by Assel J. Adds... Well, this is some interesting stuff. It adds in objects that are pre-made out of junk and stuff, and yeah, it's quite a nice idea. I've not used too much of it, but it also gives filled out for if you don't want to sit there placing hundreds of objects for hours and hours. This is a definite mod for you, and it just saves a bit with decorating. You can just shove that in part of the settlement, and it'll look right at home with all your junk and everything. It's brilliant. PS4 STS Extra Living and Dead allows you to season pass version by, I think that's Elric, but it's 3 Elric. I think it's supposed to be Elric. Requires all DLC, and then STS All in One by Elric requires all DLC as well. There are non-DLC versions, but what it allows you to do is scrap dead bodies in your settlements, like those ones that annoy you in Sunshine Caravan Place, whatever it is. Yeah, over there, and you know the place I mean. And also, the name escapes me right now while I'm recording. Sunshine Tidings, that's it. See, it didn't escape me for too long. Yeah, it allows you to scrap the dead bodies like there, and it allows you to get rid of a few extra things like leaves, and it just allows you to clear up debris and such like. And it's yeah, a must for everyone that likes and enjoys creating, and has often thought, why can't I just remove that from my settlement? Next one is Junk Wall Collection PS4 by Devil Dog D-Dog. I think it's yeah, spelt with a W instead of dog, D-A-W-G. Yeah, that kind of spelling. Anyway, regardless of how he spells dog incorrectly, it's Junk Wall Collection PS4. It adds more junk walls, more options to your settlement. Then next we have USO Season Pass add-on for unlocked settlement objects by Andrew CX. Again, I said we'd be hearing a lot of his name. Far more objects in the settlement menu. Then we have Dog Armor by Taylor Marsh 1. That gives dog armor to old dog meat here. Dog meat, hang on.
Look alive.
I'm pretty sure I put that on you. Yeah, there you go. So that gives you dog armor that actually works. So light, medium and heavy. And it actually works and adds to dog meat stats. So he won't take as much from a nuke once he has heavy dog armor on. Awesome. So we like that a lot, being dog fans. Nukewood Automatron Fix, paint for your Nuketron by Socrates 40299, and Nukebot Fix by Scar 001. They're both essential fixes. What the Nukebot Fix does, adds in Nukebot parts that are missing from the Automatron DLC, and so when you create your robots you'll have access to those parts, and the other one gives you paints and various other options as well that were missing for your bots when you're creating for automatron. So that's awesome as well. I like that a lot. Looking forward to fiddling around with it. No build limit, all DLC by Stormlord next. That's just a personal preference, but be careful with that one. Obviously if you get too far into it, frame rates drop and things will start going wrong, and it can cause lots and lots of issues. Yeah, so when you start noticing a bit of juttering, stop. But generally I find when I'm creating settlements, you'll put an object in, and I've got a settlement and I'll do a tour of it. It's Starlight Driving, and one of my other saves on my test save that I've called it now with Claire Adams, and if I put any more objects in there, they all suddenly just congregate in one part in like an open area, and they just stay there. All the settlers just congregate there regardless of where they're supposed to be during the day, and then at night they'll just disappear and then they just congregate there, and it's really weird. So I can't put anything else in that. It's on the limit. Do any more, I'm going to break it. But I'll do a tour of that at some point, hopefully on the channel, before Fallout 76 comes to the channel. Next one is Stronger Dog Meat by Grom's Gamer. I think that's meant to be. Yeah, Grom's Gamer. Oh, I've skipped one actually, which is Improved Lighting Ballistic by Ryan JP89. That just gives better ballistics for your guns, and at night when you see things firing or enemies having battles, you see it all lighting up, which briefly, and then the lights disappear. It's really nice. It's a subtle touch, but it works so well. Yeah, so going back to the Stronger Dog Meat, yeah, the idea is that these dogs are used by, well, German Shepherds are used by the police security forces all around the world, and they're a pretty vicious dog. Actually, human bite is about £150. Dogs, they found German Shepherds was around 238. Rottweilers is a bit more at 328, and wolves is about 1,200. Yeah, so the wolves in Far Harbour don't do anywhere near as much damage as they should do. I mean, they're really, really deadly. But let's go up and see everyone at Sanctuary while we're waiting. Hey, dog meat. Got a bit of time to kill before the day ends. Next is Custom Vanilla Assets, or CVA, by Tim Timon, and that's more objects in your build menu, which is, you can see I like the creating side of things. And then finally, OC Decorator by Ethrion, ported with permission from Ebokian Knights, sorry, DLC and non-DLC versions, and I've got both of them installed. So that is my mod list, and I am running with Slocum Joes on there, a few dogs, a few other things. Actually, dog, there is a dog up here. Creation Club, so I've got a few Creation Club things. Hello, Zeus. He doesn't look like a Zeus to me. I'm going to figure out what name to give this dog, and go and put him in Sanctuary, and then I am going to play a bit more in Fallout 4.76 and wait for the real Fallout 76 to finally come out. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for listening, and hopefully this will help you put together your own list, and you'll know what to avoid and what to look out for. If you do have any questions, and if it's about any objects, any of the mods I've mentioned, or the order I've got them in on my list, or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm happy to help. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.